The actual idea and the application of it are very different, and the Department of Education knows exactly what it's doing. It's ever intentional. What they're really doing is stoking racial divide.
Yes, critical race theory actually is being taught in schools, and Candace is going to prove it.
I know so many students, and in every classroom it takes a different shape, but this is like some weird CNN thing where they're like, what is critical race theory? It doesn't really exist. And it's like, no, this is actually happening in classrooms, and it should terrify people because no one should be learning like that.
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of research on critical race theory, and even with the amount of research I did, I truly don't have a full grasp on it. But what I do know, it is a legal theory, right? And it is not yet implemented through K through 12 education. And
it is there. I'm just telling you it's there. I know that you might think that because you research.
Can I please finish?
But I know these families that are impacted by it.
The way that it is implemented in education is as a educational lens to look at things that have happened in the past. So, for example, you would have when they desegregated schools, right?
Go ahead. I'm going to let her finish. Go ahead.
So when they desegregated schools, they would look at that as, did they desegregate because it was time, or was it because when, during the Olympics, black people were in the USSR, and they saw that they were being treated well by white people, and it made America look bad? Was that the reason, or was it because...
Yeah, I know that is the sale, and that is the pitch, and that is always the problem, is that what they tell you things are going to be, like welfare policies, this is going to help black Americans get ahead, and what we're actually going to do is help people get ahead. COVID policies. We're going to give you trillions of dollars, and we're going to give you money. It is just that the actual idea and the application of it are very different, and the Department of Education knows exactly what it's doing. It's ever intentional. And what they're really doing is stoking racial divide. I've never seen this much hatred of black people towards white people not wanting to be around black people. This didn't happen in the 90s. We were all like wearing overalls and talking about Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. You know?
I think that we have to try not to make this a catch-all, multicultural idea for everything that we hate about liberals, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that every single, leftist, thing that every liberal uses to say racism, ism, everything, they say it's CRT, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's always CRT, but CRT does exist. But I do want to be kind of let other people get other people speak.
Wisdom doesn't grow in everyone's garden.
I get what you're saying. Right? I totally get it.
The critical race theory conversation is very interesting because it starts out kind of like everything on the left. First of all, is this thing doesn't exist. And then it becomes, oh, this thing does exist, but I'm going to tell you how it's good. Then it's, oh, this is just a legal theory, and this is really only taught in law schools and at higher level universities. Then it's, oh, okay, well, this is only being taught in some K through 12 schools, but this is why. And then it is, this is being taught in K through 12 schools, it is happening, you should love it, or else you're racist. That's literally like the entire thing about how anything that the left is pushing, that is the overall arc of anything that the left is pushing. And what's very interesting with this is that critical race theory has sort of gone the same way, whereas nobody wanted to talk about kind of like what it was. It was this obscure legal theory, and then people like Chris Rufo actually did the research and saying, okay, well, this is actually a thing that is happening in these colleges and universities, as well as this stuff trickled down to the K through 12 schools. And then people are saying, okay, well, no, this is a great thing. Critical race theory is absolutely amazing. And critical race theory is not even about education. Like, it's not about teaching about slavery or segregation or Jim Crow or anything like that. It's not going about the facts. What it really is it's taking today's leftism and then adding it to the history of what happened in this country in order to indoctrinate people. That is why it's so dangerous. So do not believe these people when they tell you that critical race theory is, oh, this is just about educating people about what really happened. Oh, okay, well then, if this is about educating people about what happened, why is this whole new thing replacing the education about world history, including slavery, including Jim Crow, including segregation, that came before? Well, the answer to that question is the fact that now they want to put a super hardcore, hard left lens on all of this other stuff, which is precisely what makes it so dangerous.